got 2 hours a night. That's the good news. Y'all told me Triple H was gonna cook, so guess what I did? I showed up to the cookout, got myself a burger, and we're gonna give it a try and see how it tastes. This burger tastes like crap! Paul Levesque! Man, I asked for a burger. You gave me 90% bread, 10% patty. You're the worst chef the man could ask for. You could take this burger, this patty, whatever you want to call it, and shove it up your ass. Man, who let this guy on the grill? I'd rather eat my dog's pedigree before I try one of them burgers again. It's disgusting. So Smackdown started off Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre in a segment where they talk about absolutely nothing. Drew McIntyre comes back from a hiatus, and he comes back to get RKO'd in the middle of the ring. Now, the most unfortunate thing about this, I like Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. I just don't like the rushed booking. Triple H is just rushing booking because it's every 3 to 4 days it's a new PLE. So you don't have no time to build any compelling storylines. Triple H booking is like me realizing I left my phone unlocked at my house with my girl sitting right next to it. Now I'm sprinting back like my life depending on it. What's the rush for? I'm gonna tell you what's the rush for. There's a PLE every 3 to 4 days. There's literally no time for any compelling storylines. If Drew McIntyre loses, you was just off a hiatus. You've been getting buried since you had one of the great years of 2024, but unfortunately Triple H didn't count it at all, and he decides to bury Drew McIntyre after he loses to CM Punk in Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton, if he loses, he better win this. Randy Orton has lost every importing match since he came back, with the exception of Joe Hendry, and if you counting that, you gotta be a complete idiot. Every time something's on the line, King of the Ring, he loses to Gunther. King of the Ring, he loses to Cody. He gets the title shot to Cody, he loses. Losing. And y'all call this the Apex Predator? I don't think anymore. I think those are in stink. Remember, Randy Orton used to be the legend killer? Well, now he seems like the legend filler. He's filling his record up L after L after L after L after L. This is how you're ending a legendary career? We want to see the old Randy Orton back. Now, the good thing is they are teasing it. But unfortunately, y'all dudes who sit here and glaze Triple H and give him an excuse for long-term booking, we're going to have to wait about 6 to 7 years before we see Randy Orton turn heel because of long-term booking. Y'all should have seen this segment. He's sitting there looking. He's sitting there thinking. 2026, he's thinking 2027. He's still thinking 2028. He's still thinking. Man, just turn heel already, punch somebody in the head like you did Vince McMahon, and get this shit lit, Randy. I like Randy. Now, in other news, we got Sheamus getting his panties in a bunch because he's mad that we're online saying, yeah, the Rusev and Sheamus match had no story, so we skipped past it. Now, I don't know if anyone gave Sheamus the memo, but Raw on Netflix have been a complete disaster since it premiered at the beginning of the year. Decline in viewership, decline in ratings, decline in fans, decline of watched hours. According to Ringside News, he goes and says, hey, fella, I heard online so-called experts who said I skipped past this. There was no story, so I wasn't invested. The story was inside the ring, fella. We knew what we did, and we knew we left it all in the ring, and that's all you gotta do. He also says, so all you could do is take whatever you're given and make it the best you can. We got 3 segments on Monday, and we knew we were gonna draw people in. Sheamus, what do you mean we knew we were gonna draw people in? On what planet? Did you actually really believe Sheamus versus Rusev being on a card is gonna get TKO out of the... Did you think it was gonna get TKO out of the... out of the $3 billion of debt.
What you're looking at right now, it's nothing like the bloodline. This group is way more stronger and dangerous than ever.
Solo Sikoa actually had the nerve to say, man, this is the strongest bloodline ever. Nobody gave Solo Sikoa, this isn't the bloodline, sir, it's the bum line. This is the bum line. You got Bachaloa, you got Solo Sonoa, and you got Tamatala, Talataka, Tatatata, Tatabatata, Kudabatata. Man, these dudes have 3 similar names. You can't think of nothing unique with their names. I understand they're brothers, but my God. That's what we call it, the 7 feet bull. We not call it, we got Tamatunga, Tungaloa, and the Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
When you bring the bloodline, when you start dropping them names, my standards are very, 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 very high. I'm sorry, Solo. I'm sorry, WWE Creative. I'm thinking top of the line. I'm expecting top of the line. Not top of the bum line. Like, come on, bro. This shit is like, it is what it is. But Jacob Fatu, they had a cool match. And you know what I mean? Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso won. Whatever, bro. Like, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, triple threat tag team match with Michin and B-Fab. Then you got the Her Service. We knew Charlotte and Alexa was gonna win. Let me know in the comments, am I bugging? Is Chelsea Green not one of the most over stars on that SmackDown roster, male or female? Dog, you mean to tell me you got a talent like Chelsea Green, the first women's U.S. champion, and she gets subject to being a manager for the Her Service? I talk about this all the time, WWE incapability to curate new talent, to curate new stars. And we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but man, Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton. Okay, the optics, okay, it looks cute, but bro, this is the proof. Trish Stratus was in the 2000s. It's 2025. You don't have no women talent in the back that you could give that spotlight on Evolution to. Man, this is supposed to be called Evolution, right? Trish Stratus is a fucking dinosaur, and you're putting her in the main event of Evolution, and I'm supposed to recap this. Trish, you had your shot. I was 12 years old. I'm almost 40. The Wyatt Six defeated Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Barrow, Chris Sabin, whatever. And I can't even pay attention to this match when I was watching it. I'm not going to lie. The Wyatt Six, when they first came out, remember? Let me know in the comments if y'all remember the vignettes, man. It gave us the rock goosebumps. We was a little scared, man. You got the hidden signs coming out of nowhere. It was like kind of reminding me of when Scream came out. If y'all were old enough to remember the movie Scream, when that came out and we seen that movie, it was fire. Now the Wyatt Six is a scary movie, literally the movie, scary movie, a fucking parody. You mean to tell me the Wyatt Six, they came in, right? And remember they was beefing with Chad Gable because Chad Gable was ungrateful, treating the Alpha Academy like shit. So the Wyatt Six wanted to teach them a lesson. They actually had purpose. It actually made sense, even though the vignettes started to get a little bit stale. The Wyatt Six are on Smackdown, and the only thing they care about is the tag team championships. What a way to bury Uncle Howdy, Paul Levesque. What a way to bury Uncle Howdy. What is he doing? He's literally a non-factor in anything going on. All right, now we at the segment that kind of pissed me off because it's just, oh my God, Triple H just be making me feel sometimes I'm stuck in the middle. Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. I like it, man. It's cool. I feel like that could be really something I could sink my teeth in if it's built up correctly. We have 7 days to build this feud up. Bro, why will we care about this title match? Why will we care about Evolution Boo? Not 2, Evolution Boo. Why? You want us to take women's wrestling serious. Where are the storylines at? This is what I don't understand. How hard is it to have Ludwig Kaiser and Trish Stratus even semi-flirting? Have Ludwig Kaiser like 5 Trish Stratus pictures on social media to get people talking. Something other than, Tiffany Stratton, you can pick out who you want to face on Evolution. I want to face Trish Stratus. Like, what? This booking is so lazy, so lackluster. You got dudes coming online saying, man, another solid show. What? No way you could think this Smackdown is a solid show. This shit is trash. I don't care what nobody say. The best thing on this show was Smackdown coming in at 8 and leaving at 10. I was happy with the exception of the nothing burger Paula that gave me. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What y'all think about the 4th of July Smackdown? Did Triple H show up to the cookout and cook, or am I over-exaggerating again? Or am I complaining again? Also, let me know what you think about Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton. Do y'all want to see that match? Are y'all excited for Evolution? Or do y'all think Trish Stratus should have stayed her ass in 2001? I think the latter. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye!